Hi, and welcome to Rental with Tim. I'm Tim. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate the time that you and I get to spend together, so thanks for tuning in. On today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Nathan Pinnacle 12-liter hydration vest. And with a name like Pinnacle, meaning at the top of your game, does this vest live up to its name? Well, that's the question that we're going to try to answer today, so stick around. Before I get into too far, I do want to get a disclosure out of the way. This vest was sent to me for the purpose of review by Nathan. However, no one's paying me to make the video, and no one has a chance to preview my thoughts before I share them with you first here on YouTube. And I think the biggest compliment you can pay to any product or service is if you would purchase it again. And I absolutely did. After getting this vest, I just enjoyed it so much that I went out and bought a second vest identical to this one to give as a gift. One of the things I always like to do is to demonstrate the products I'm about to review for you. So let's jump in the car and we're going to head to my state park. We're going to buckle it up and take it for a run. But then when we get back, I'm going to take a real deep dive into the Nathan Pinnacle 12-liter hydration vest to see if it's the right fit for you.
No. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the dime.
So I just had a fantastic run out at the state park. It's just so much fun. I love being out on those trails, especially this time of year when you got a little bit of snow here and there. It's just so pretty to look at. A little bit slippery, a little bit icy from time to time, but not too terribly bad. Now this vest really outperformed my expectations, and one of the things that I was trying to demonstrate with that run footage is the fact that this vest does not move. So those shots from behind or the side or in front, now those were all my attempt to show you that this vest really does stay in place. Nathan describes it basically as a second skin, and it really is. It's super comfortable. I didn't have it bouncing around, and that's one of the things that just drives me crazy when I'm trying to onboard whether or not it's nutrition or hydration, is when it bounces around. But you don't have to worry about that with this vest because I didn't have any of that. And the more I wore it, the less I noticed it was there. It really just becomes a part of you. Oh, and before I move on, I just want to take a minute and invite all of you to become a part of the Rental family. All you have to do is to subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. Now, I post running shoe reviews, comparisons, and shoe battles weekly. So if you enjoy watching running shoe reviews and other videos related to running like this one, again, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time that I upload new content. Okay, so let's get back to the vest. The 12 liters, now that refers to how much storage that this vest has, as a total of 13 different pockets. So let's take a look at each one. As a hydration vest, I think it makes the most sense for us to start there, which is also the biggest pocket on the vest itself, and that's the one that holds the hydration bladder. Now this is a smart storage system or a layered system, so the pockets are basically layered upon one another. So this pocket is the one that's going to be closest to your back, and that holds the bladder itself. It runs the full length of the vest. And then the next pocket, right up against that one, it doesn't go the full length. It goes about, I would say maybe halfway down. So right about here. Now you can store all kinds of stuff in there. I like to put my gloves in that pocket. It just makes it easy for me to get to them. But, you could put a hat. You could put really basically anything you wanted. And it's going to be comfortable. Now you're going to have the bladder that's going to be right up against your back. And then that pocket, again, about halfway down. And then you have another pocket that's layered right up against that one. Now this one runs the full length down one side, and you have access to whatever you want to keep in there out of the bottom. I think a lot of runners or people that use this vest might put their maybe trekking poles or something like that in there because it does run the full length, but you could really put whatever you wanted in there. Now I happen to do a lot of filming when I'm out running, so it's a great place for me to store my action camera on the selfie stick. It just makes it easier for me so I don't have to carry that selfie stick and action camera around for 10 or 11 miles. I can get the footage I want, then tuck it and store it away in that pocket. Moving on now, I'm taking a look at the fourth pocket that's also accessible in the back of the vest. It's on the opposite side. This one is only accessible through the Velcro enclosure system there at the bottom. And I'm going to kind of run my arm up through here so you can see just how far up it goes. It runs up along the side of the vest here. So that's the storage that you have. I think it's a great place to put something like a raincoat, for example. Now moving along to the front of the vest with pockets 5 and 6. Now they're both located one on each side of the vest, right alongside your rib cage. So this is the side of the vest. Here's the pocket that I'm referring to. You know, it's not huge, but it is space to be able to store the kinds of things that you might want to have the quick access to. For pockets 7 and 8, you have a lot of versatility with this vest. If you wanted to take more water than what the bladder will hold, you've got 2 more pockets up here. And again, I'm calling pockets 7 and 8 where you could store extra water bottles. Or if you wanted to run without the bladder and just go with the water bottles, you have that option. If you choose not to onboard additional water, you can just use those to carry your nutrition. For example, you know, some bars, gel, some gummies, whatever it is that you like to take out on those long runs. Now pockets 9 and 10 are located right underneath those water bottle pockets that we just looked at. These do have a Velcro enclosure system here. Now this is where I typically do like to put my snacks. Now I did leave my snacks kind of hanging out there a little bit, or my nutrition bars and so on, so you could see in the run footage where I was storing those. But normally I would be tucking those down a little bit further, and I would make sure that that Velcro enclosure was closed so I didn't lose them when I was out on the run. Then pockets 11 and 12 are both zipper pockets. They're water resistant. Now the one on my left here, this is where I would typically keep like my cell phone. And this is a pretty big cell phone. This is one of the larger ones. And because it's water resistant, it tucks right in there, zip it up. This thing, it's tight to your body. It doesn't bounce around at all. So it holds it really firmly in place. And then on the other side, we have a similar pocket to that one that we just looked at. Again, water resistant. And pocket number 13 is actually located inside this one. So you got a little extra pocket here. Now you can put like electrolyte tabs, something along those lines, because it is water resistant. Oftentimes though, I like to just put my my key fob in there because again, it doesn't bounce around. It fits that perfectly, so it's just a nice place for me to be able to keep that. Also located in that same pocket is a safety whistle. And for a lot of the longer ultra marathon runs and just some of the races nowadays, they do require that you have a safety whistle with you, so it's built into the vest. A couple other features I want to point out is we have loops up on the shoulder as well as here in the front to run that rubber hose through so it doesn't bounce around. Or if you're using, for example, a soft flask water bottles in these front 2 pockets, a lot of times they have that extended hose so that you can get a drink pretty easily. Nathan does sell those and it works perfectly in this vest. You've got these reflective straps here that help hold that in place. And I like the reflective straps here because they do help make you a little bit more visible when you're in the dark. Now this vest does come with a bladder, which is awesome, so I don't have to worry about going out and buying one separately at an additional expense. It's insulated. It holds 1.6 liters, so plenty for you to be able to take out on even those long runs. It has an hourglass shape to it. And the reason for that is to help reduce any kind of sloshing that you might get. And it does a terrific job at that. I didn't notice that. It didn't bother me because that is one of the things that just absolutely drives me nuts when I'm trying to take some hydration or any kind of liquid with me out on a run, is having that water or whatever it is I'm taking with me sloshing around. It really does bug me. So I didn't have to worry about that at all. In fact, I didn't even notice it when I was out running. So that is just absolutely awesome. Now the bladder is leak proof and it's easy to get to, so I think they did a really great job in how they designed this. Now the first thing we notice, it does have a little piece of Velcro here that helps hold the bladder in place. But then this piece, this plastic piece, now that just slides right off. You open up the bladder, whether you're at an aid station or if you're just headed out for a run yourself, you can quickly and easily add the fluid that you want, whether or not it's a sports drink or water, fold it up, slide this back in place, and it's not going to leak for you. A hydration vest is one of the more expensive pieces of running gear that you're going to purchase. This one retails for $200 US, and based on the fit, the feel, and its performance, I think it's worth the investment. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Run Tall with Tim.
No.